Mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is lie.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
You take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans, right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, loyal pay pigs of the West. It is I, Vladimir Zelensky, I am here once again begging for money so that I may drown my country in peace. Peace will flow everywhere across Europe and gradually engulf the entire world. As you may know, Ukraine is going from strength to strength. The Russians, filthy piggies that they are on the verge of defeat. Any day now, in possibly 2 more weeks, their economy will collapse. They will run away like crying little girls, and they will be spanked very harshly on their bottoms, and then we will genocide their entire country. I mean, we will have glorious peace for the glory of Ukraine. As you may know, I had conference with President Trump recently. He has agreed to provide Ukraine with not just nuclear weapons, but Jewish space lasers with which we will reduce Moscow to smoking rubble in about 2 more weeks. Some say that I cannot be trusted, but that is propaganda. These people are anti-peace, and of course, peace is the most important thing to me. I would also like to address allegations that I have been using cocaine. In fact, that is not true. I was merely buying cocaine for my chief of staff as a favor. The girl involved, I did not know, was prostitute. So thank you very much. I look forward to your next check from grateful taxpayers of the West to defend liberal world order. Thank you very much. And remember always, Slava Ukraini. Welcome back, everyone. That was, of course, Vladimir Zelensky live via Brain Chip. He's a hard man to get hold of. Although his schedule does seem to be freed up a bit more. He's a bit of a jet setter. Is our Zelensky. Mondays in Berlin, Tuesdays in Milan, Wednesdays in Washington, D.C. Always out there, away from from Kiev. Marshalling the war effort, right? Truly a great individual. And as, of course, he says, everything with the war is going absolutely great. The Americans will soon grant them all of the weapons that they need to reduce the entirety of Russia to a smoking hole in the ground for their own good, obviously. At which point, the country of Ukraine will emerge victorious. Yeah, it's all about Ukraine this week. So back in reality, Ukraine has been fucked for a while, but now they're extra fucked. There are levels of fucked that just keep. I'm frankly pretty surprised. Anyone sane would have tried to cut a deal a long time ago. Maybe, I don't know, back in like 2022, when the deal was offered. Fortunately, of course, Boris Johnson swooped in like the Caped Crusader and made sure that such a terrible deal could not, go through, right? So that, your and my taxpayers' money would continue to be spent on this war. Why do we need to fight this war? Well, shut the fuck up. For liberalism, what are you, some kind of fascist? We're fighting fascism with the neo-Nazis, and we're fighting for democracy with the country that banned all other political parties. But look, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Unlike in our own countries, where if we were to slide towards the right in any way, shape, or form, right, they would never ever give back power. Ukraine is completely different, man, right? Sure, they've outlawed the Russian language and taken control of the Orthodox Church and banned all political parties and have wide-ranging censorship and, snatch squads and stuff like that. But that is different. The Ukrainians are such virtuous people. in the government, that their right-wing authoritarianism is bound to return to the perfect form of liberal democracy as soon as Russia is entirely defeated and broken up into about 10 different small countries, right? And that should be any day now. I have it on good authority. It should be about 2 more weeks, bro, right? So, I don't want to hear any backsliding. I don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh, it's not possible." That's defeatist talk, right? That's sedition in the ranks. I don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh, I don't want to fucking pay anymore. Like, tax money shit's like insanely expensive. Why the hell are we printing all this money? Why are prices like going through the roof?" I don't want to hear talk like that, right? The most important thing in the West is net zero and the war for Ukraine. God bless the Slava Ukraine. They can win, bros. They can win if we just wish hard enough. Then they too can, defeat the Russians somehow. Yeah, they're fucked. They're fucked again. They're fucked again. Anyway, Zelensky's in Washington again, getting basically like dressed down by Trump. I think Trump and Zelensky are in that part of the relationship where you know the other person, they're just not going to stop lying. So you just start checking out, really, like, you've tried talking to them, you've tried convincing them, and just, but they just keep saying the thing that you know not to be true, and so eventually you're just like, yeah, fucking whatever. And it's looking like Trump is now coming around to the idea that the Russians are going to have to keep some territory. Trump was for a while waving about his girthy Tomahawk. It's the best missile. I don't say that. Other people say it's the best missile. Does incredible destruction. The Russians apparently came back with some notes. Those notes apparently were, if you give Ukraine long-range Tomahawk missiles, which can be tipped with nuclear warheads, by the way, right? This is no joke, right? If Tomahawk is like coming towards the Russians, they've got no idea whether there's a nuke on it or not. They basically said, if you do this, we will declare war on Ukraine and flatten the entire country Gaza style. And now Trump is kind of like walking it back a bit. What else we got? The Gaza ceasefire is basically holding. There was a bit of a brouhaha, and the Israelis, of course, full of restraint, such that they are. We're like, oh, look, I wish we didn't have to, but they started like bombing, but then the Americans like lent on them. Apparently, Trump has also come to the conclusion that Netanyahu is trying to undermine the peace deal, which would, of course, put in danger Trump's Nobel Prize, something which he is very, very, very horny about, and so it will not be countenanced. It's a weird thing for... I don't know. Why do you care about a Nobel Peace Prize? He probably wants to like hang it like in his office, and so like after he's done being president, anyone who comes into his office and tries to like talk themselves up can be like, "Have you got a Nobel Peace Prize? No, I don't think you do. No, people said it couldn't be done, that I was like a terrible president, a warmonger president, but now look at me. I'm the peacemaker." And final story, the Louvre just got robbed. Wait. Entropy isn't working? Oh, for God's sake. That would be... oh, yeah, of course. Wait. Of course, I have to sign. Thank you very, very much, MK. Fucking... Entropy's just, like, weird. Start streaming. Yes, thank you very, very much. Oh, God damn it. Sorry. Yes, we interrupt this this portion of the show so that I can get paid because beers are expensive now in London. Okay, $5 from you, MK. A test. Thank you very much, MK. I appreciate that. Yes, our final story of the night. The Louvre just got robbed. I don't know why anyone would want to go to the Louvre, quite frankly. Last time I went, me and the wife were, sitting outside having a lovely romantic moment, and then we were accosted by a gang of sub-Saharan Africans jangling keychains with the Eiffel Tower on them. Be like, you buy. Really, it really. the city of lights. Really put a crimp in it. So I don't know why anyone would go to the Louvre. There's been like a break-in. People of an undetermined race. I don't know. Why would you think that, right? Just why? Chat. terrible. You automatically go there. I just don't. So racist. Apparently, have taken off with like France's history. But we're used to it by now, so it'll be fine. Let's say hello to the chat. See who we've got. On Rumble, we have Sede Sapiente, Total Blackout Painting. Good to see you, man. I'll be seeing you soon, bro. J. Chiva Loophole. Years the Eunuch. I will be on Discord and Dragons tonight with Raging Mandrill and I'm not sure who else. Years, tell the good people in the chat. Come on, that should be a good time. Livia Drusilla, great to see you. Captain Crisps. Proper Pictures. Good to see you, Proper. Who else we got? Is that everybody? I think. Oh, Full Short, of course. Good to see you, Full Short. Yep, I think that's everybody. On YouTube, we have Urgent Party, Sunny Jim, Otto Stormheart, Big Time. Good to see you, Big Time. How you doing, mate? Many L's, Simon JJ, Robert Verlinden, Hurt Chain. The fellas are in the chat. Good to see you. Oh my God, we got another super chat. $25 from Simon JJ. Spectacular start to the show. Zelensky must think highly of you. He does think very, very highly of me. I know that he is willing to be on my show. Wait, I really need to find a sticker. Not only does my stream deck no longer work, but the actual driver that makes it work with OBS is now basically died. So that was a great investment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, OBS, and thank you very much, Simon JJ. I appreciate that, and thank you from the Dancing Anime Girl, who is also very, very, very pleased to receive your money. I pay her by the hour, obviously. If you would like to get, safe, horny attention from Dancing Anime Girl flashing her knickers, you too can donate to the show via the Entropy link. Thank you very much, Simon JJ. I appreciate that. Who else? Let me see. We're still doing YouTube. Debony Doombringer, I think you're new, mate. Welcome. Robert Verlinden, Fat Zombie, good to see you, mate. Carl Spagan, I think you're new as well. We got some new people on the show. That's lovely. Jacob Cantrell, good to see you, my fella. Good to see you. Got a bunch of people coming over from Friday night's show. That's excellent. I think that's everybody. And on Odyssey, Highland Fall, MK. Good to see you, MK. Thanks for the super chat. Much appreciated, my mate. And who else? We had. I thought we had somebody else. It's all right. Odyssey bros are an eclectic bunch. Right. Oh, and of course, today's meme. This is what it's like arguing with liberals. Most of these circles are red. What? There's a blue one right there, you retard. It's kind of my new favorite meme at the moment. It's very, 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 very much. There's a lot of that. Right. Let's get on with the news, which, as I said, is mostly Ukraine this week, because it's still fucking going. As you can see, Ukraine has made a stunning victory. Actually, they haven't. They're still getting their asses completely kicked. They're still running with exactly the same propaganda shit they've been running for 2 years now. Look how long it took Russia to advance this far. Yeah, that's because the Russians are actually taking your land. They're not doing the American thing where they just fly in, bomb a bunch of shit and then fuck off, right? They're actually consolidating control of the land, which is and yeah, they've crossed the Dnieper down at Kherson and now control a bunch of shit across the river. They are getting their shit handed to them in Pokrovsk, which is a very important town. To give you the large view, right? If you look at this, let me see. If you look at this big line going across the screen from west to east here, this is Pokrovsk, Konstantinovka, and there's another city there, I think Kupiansk. So these have formed basically a sort of barrier, right, that has been holding the Russians back, holding the orcs back like the gates of Minas Tirith. Well, it's not doing too well. Once these towns fall, there really won't be much between the Russians and the Dnieper River, which is going to be sort of tricky. Basically, it's going to be tricky. They may wind up losing Odessa, which is like sort of the big no-no. In fact, Ukraine may wind up actually losing access to the Black Sea entirely, which would be a tragedy for NATO for reasons I'm not 100% sure on. It might just be like a status thing. You know, we've got to have access to the Black Sea. You know, the Black Sea, of course, has, you know, the north of Turkey, the western coast of Georgia, bits of... What are these countries? What is that? Sochi. Is that Georgia? You know, whatever. Bulgaria, you know, bits of Romania. It's an important little sea there, right? And if Ukraine loses access to it, the West is going to be like very, very, butthurt. But the question is it an existential threat? You know, it's all very, very well and good to like fight a war when you've got a bunch of money and everything's going well at home, but the West is starting to run out of money. And more importantly, I mean, obviously they can just print more money. They're running out of ammunition. They're running out of weapons. There are just not enough weapons about. And especially given that America has to go to war with Iran quite soon, they're going to need all of those weapons to throw at Iran. So they just don't, America just doesn't have enough. Europe can't build any weapons, well, because their energy price is just insane and they blew up all their coal-fired power plants because they're retards. So, Trump originally started the week, when was this, October 16th, so about 4 days ago, after threatening to provide Ukraine with Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk missiles are very, very big, very, very long range. They're usually launched from like ships. They're like the sort of the remnant of the kind of old school, what's it called, battleship diplomacy? Chat, anyone, isn't that, no, iron boat diplomacy, gunboat diplomacy, right? Where you just, you park a big ass ship off the coast of some country and be like, say, that's a nice country you got there. Be a shame if anything happened to it. Have you seen my Tomahawk? I'm George W. Bush. So the Tomahawk is sort of basically sort of like, it's not an ICBM. But it's got a really, really long range. You can fit a nuke to it. They're big. They're huge. They're like massive. And then Putin gave Trump a little call, apparently. Right? Hello, President Trump. No, wait. Hello, President Trump. Donald, you must not with the Tomahawks. It's very bad idea. I've just concluded my telephone conversation with President Vladimir Putin of Russia, and it was a very productive one. He congratulated me and the United States to the great accomplishment of peace in the Middle East. I'm very proud of that. Something that he says has been dreamed of for centuries. I am skeptical, right? But if they manage to get long-term peace in the Middle East, I will be frankly very, very impressed. Like, I'll be like, well done. I wouldn't have thought it was possible. So yes, all right. We also spent a great amount of time talking about trade between Russia and the United States when the war with Ukraine is over. Apparently, they're talking about a bridge or like a tunnel between like Alaska and Russia. So they're really, they're really sort of like working on this idea of like what's going to happen after the war is over. But for the war to be over, the war has to be over. And Zelensky doesn't want it to end. Obviously, he is like, until the last Ukrainian, I do not care. I'm not even in this country. I have villa in Israel and another villa in Miami. So the phone call, apparently Trump threatened les Tomahawks.
Putin tried to dissuade you from selling Tomahawk missiles.
Well, of course, what do you think he's going to say? Please sell Tomahawks? Is he going to say, please sell those Tomahawks? I really appreciate it. I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition. I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea. He really didn't like the idea. No, I said it that way. You have to be a little bit lighthearted sometimes, but no, he doesn't want Tomahawk. Tomahawk is a vicious weapon. It's a vicious, offensive, incredibly destructive weapon. Nobody wants Tomahawk shot at him.
We ask you not to provide Tomahawks.
Putin tried.
So yes, for weeks they've been doing this, will they, won't they? Right, Trump increasingly, when dealing with Zelensky and the Europeans, has just adopted this thing of saying, yeah, sure, we might do that, and not ruling anything out, because as soon as he rules one thing out, the Ukrainians and the Europeans pivot to some other strategy to get the same outcome, which is always the same outcome. The desired outcome hasn't changed in 2 years, which is to get the US and NATO to fully participate in the Ukrainian war, because the only way they can win. And the Americans, of course, are wise to this. They don't, want to get in a hot war with Russia. What's the fucking point? They got a war with Iran to do, right? So let me see. What's this?
Yes, thank you, Chris. So Senate Majority Leader John Thune today said he'd like to proceed with the bill which would put sanctions on Russia. What's your thought on that?
Well, we're going to see. He doesn't know about the call yet. I'm going to speak to him later. And it was subject to what I wanted to do. And so we'll see what happens. This may be such a productive call that we're going to end up, we want to get peace.
So, for experienced Trump watchers, this is how Trump says no now. He doesn't just come out and say no. He says, we'll look at it. I've got a call. That's a no. There will not be massive sanctions on Russia and China and India, because, quite frankly, it would just completely tank the US economy. And what Trump really wants is economic growth, and sort of, more integration of global markets. So then Zelensky, he came over to Washington to meet President Trump. The meeting with President Zelensky was very interesting and cordial. Yeah, people are saying that's not true. But I told him, as I likewise strongly suggested to President Putin, that it is time to stop the killing and make a deal. I love making deals. I make the best deals. Enough blood has been shed, with property lines being defined by war and guts. It's a terrible way to define your property lines. You really need those sticks you put in the ground so everybody knows where the property lines is. Stringing blood and guts up is a terrible idea. The dogs get at them. Let both claim victory. Let history decide. The Russians aren't going for that, by the way. According to Dmitry Medvedev, I don't have the Telegram message. He was basically saying, no, we cannot wind up in a situation where the Ukrainians can declare victory, because if they do, they'll be back. They want the Ukrainians decisively spanked so that they can turn around to the Ukrainians and say, see, it is your ideology that got all of these people killed. Don't do it again. No, they're trying to do sort of a World War II denazification thing on the entire country. This is a war that would never have started if I were president. Thousands of people being slaughtered each and every week. No more. Go home to your families in peace. But the thing, of course, is that what kind of a deal are you talking about, Trumpy Wump? What deal is on the table? Well, it turns out, so Zelensky's trying to make his own deal, which is to get Tomahawk missiles for Ukrainian drones. Now, I want to point this out, right? The Tomahawk is such a pinnacle weapon system that the US has not even given them to Israel. Okay, so that says a lot. You thought there was literally nothing the US wouldn't give to Israel. Apparently, Tomahawks are the limit, right? They are super secret, super, they're so Zelensky's I don't think there was any chance of them actually getting it. I think it was just this thing that Trump was doing. He's playing for time. Everybody's playing for time at the moment.
Just to understand. So for today, of course, we want to finish.
By the way, does anyone else think that Zelensky's lack of command of the English language is a deliberate tactic so that he can't be pinned down in negotiations, and he can always say, actually, I did not mean to say that. My English is not very good. Fucking take an English class, right? You've got the fucking time. You're hardly ever in fucking Ukraine. I think this. I don't know. I'm just saying, right?
This war, but the war is another technological war. You don't use just tomahawks. If you want to target a military goal, you need thousands of drones. It goes together with such missiles. Ukraine has such thousands of our production drones, but we don't have tomahawks. That's why we need tomahawks. But United States.
Yeah, see, what the United States needs, right, is Ukrainian drones. It's not like they could make them themselves. Oh, fucking Jesus, mate, you're really stretching at this point. My God, dude.
Is a very strong production, and the United States has tomahawks and other missiles, very strong missiles, but they can have our thousands of drones. That's why where we can work together, where we can strengthen American production.
And so just so that I understand, so you're suggesting kind of a trade. If President Trump okays Tomahawk missiles to help you launch...
Yes, it's about Russia, military goals. It's only about military goals.
Right, but then you would authorize some kind of an exchange where...
Yes, of course.
The US
yes, we have proposition. We have big proposition with our drones.
President Trump, I don't mean to be brokering an arms deal here, but is that something that you would be interested in, Ukrainian drones?
We are, yeah, we would. We have a lot of drones right now. We build our own drones, but we also buy drones from others, and they make a very good drone. I mean, drone warfare has really.
they make a good mac and cheese, and they make a good drone. This is just Trump like just bullshitting out of his ass, right? The Tomahawk is like the premier ship launched ballistic missile system in the fucking world, right? It is like America's America's final warning, essentially, right? It's like the American version of the fucking Oreshnik or whatever the Russians like have, right? You park ship, you're like, they're not giving fucking Tomahawks for fucking what, FPV drones or something like that. Fucking mate. But I think this is basically where Trump has wound up, because since Zelensky won't tell the truth, you have to wind up lying to him, because every single time you try and tell him the truth, he fucking spurgs out like some fucking psycho girlfriend, and and then you're just like, fucking Zelensky's running his fucking mouth again. Zelensky's like, it's time to end the war in Ukraine. Yes, but how? Right? Zelensky has not moved. Right? He has exactly the same objectives. He just keeps rephrasing them every time, as opposed to the Russians, who basically put out their objectives in 2022, and they're like, these are our objectives. They're not changing, and it's true, right? The Russian objectives haven't changed. The Ukrainian objectives now basically are to get a ceasefire, freeze the conflict where it is, build up their army, and go again for round 2 in a couple of years. Join NATO, because they can't join NATO while they're at war. One of the NATO rules is a country at war can't join NATO. So, they'll declare a peace, join NATO, and then they'll be back in a few years. Robert Verlinden, Tomahawks aren't that good. Oh, well, okay. Thank you, Robert Verlinden. I don't know. I'm just, going on. I haven't actually done an autism dive into les Tomahawks. Thank you very much.
So, ceasefire in the Middle East.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you did it, and I think this is a momentum to finish Russia's war against Ukraine. I think that, yes, we understand that Putin is not ready. I think not ready, but I think that I'm confident that with your help we can stop this war, and we really need it.
We need to stop this war. Oh wow, what an original statement there by Zelensky.
So ceasefire in the Middle East.
Thank you.
Wait, what's going on? Wait, what? Twitter's being a retard. Now, just look at this. So this is Zelensky basically lying out his ass to Trump, who clearly knows what is actually going on the ground. Holy fuck, it's not hard to find out. Like, really, you can just go to the mapping projects. There's like, it's only like cucks in the West. Wait, where is it? I've got like a thing here. Yeah, only like idiots in like the mainstream media in the West still believe this stuff. The myth of Putin's strength is crumbling. The end might be closer than he thinks. Did you know the Russian economy is on the verge of collapse, bros? How long has the Russian economy been on the verge of collapse? The Russian economy has been on the verge of collapse literally since the outbreak of the war. It's so fucking retarded, right? And Trump's just like, yep. Like, like that thing when you know someone's like bullshitting, but if you point out that they're bullshitting, they fucking have a massive Spurg attack. So you just go, yep.
I think that, yes, we understand that Putin is not ready. I think not ready, but I think that I'm confident that with your help we can stop this war, and we really need it. We see that they don't have successful steps on the battlefield, and it's good. I think that their army is weak now, but a lot of losses. They have a lot of losses in the economy and people, and I think this is a very important moment. And I wanted to thank you, Mr. President, after our phone calls. Yesterday I had a good opportunity to meet with a big...
So, yeah, right. So Zelensky's just saying the same fucking tune. Apparently the meeting, the actual private meeting, did not go well.
That Putin...
Why is Twitter doing this? Oh my! Mossad's in my computer, randomly triggering Twitter. The private meeting apparently did not go well. Zelensky was not allowed to make a statement inside the White House, and instead had to go outside to the park across the road. Whoa. So clearly, basically what's happened is Trump has pressured him to cut a deal. That deal is going to include recognizing the reality on the ground that Russia now has most of Donbass. And Zelensky, of course, is like, no, we're not going to do that. It's okay. It's not me or my family that's going to get killed. He's still saying the same shit. I mean, look at this stuff, man. It's fucking, it's insane.
There has to be a ceasefire in place before you can negotiate.
Yes.
Russia has launched some of its biggest attacks against Ukraine since President Trump's summit with President Putin in Alaska. Give us a sense of what's happening right now on the battlefield. Is Ukraine losing this war or winning this war?
We are not losing this war, and Putin is not winning. And really, his army now...
We are not losing this war, and Putin is not winning. I mean, if you're not losing the war, why are you losing the war? Just saying, right? Like, probably racist of me to say that, honestly.
Now in the weak position, I think so, because they really, from the beginning of this war, they could occupy 1% of our land, but they spend 1,300,000 people.
There has to be a ceasefire in place before you...
This is just complete code. They haven't got 1% of our land. I'm just right. Okay, I'm no expert, but here is the map. That looks like a bit more than 1% to me, right? Look, could be retarded, right? Suffered like a massive blow to the head or something. But okay, so here is Zelensky speaking from a park outside the White House after he basically told Trump that he wasn't going to cut a deal. This is what happens when you get dissed by the White House.
We have to stop where we are, and he is right. The President is right that we have to stop where we are. This is important, to stop where we are and then to speak. If one man doesn't want to, this other people, other groups will meet and speak what to do, how to manage, how to have the real steps to real peace, lasting peace. This is important. But I agree with President. Yes, both sides have to stop. But between us, it's about Putin, because we didn't begin this war. We have to stop.
Dude, he is so fucking high. Like, what the fuck does any of that even mean at this point? Just and lasting peace. Man, cocaine in fucking DC must be fucking on fire, man. Speaking of Zelensky and his dalliance with the Colombian marching powder, this is a very, very rare outtake that I managed to recover from the internet, amazingly.
Well, first I asked President Trump if he can give me a little money. I need a little money to buy a little bit of cocaine, just a little bit. He's saying no to the money, so I asked President for a little bit of cocaine. Maybe the little bag Hunter left in White House locker. He saying no. So I asked if he can give me missiles so I can sell them and get a little bit of cocaine, and he's saying no again. So now I go to Europe to see if they have a little bit of cocaine. Thank you. Wait, any of you have a little bit of cocaine? Well, first I asked President Trump.
A little bit of cocaine? How we get to peace through cocaine. Right. Now, this is important. This interview is the first time that Trump has basically said on camera that the Russians are going to have to keep the territory that they have conquered, right? Which is basically the reality on the ground, right? The Russians aren't going to fucking go home. So this is quite significant.
Did you get any sense from Putin that he would be willing or open to the idea of ending this war without taking significant property from Ukraine?
Well, he's going to take something. I mean, they fought, and he has a lot of property. I mean, he's won certain property. If you say that, he's won certain property. We're the only nation that goes in and wins a war and then leaves, like we did under President Bush in the Middle East. We go in, we blast the hell out of everybody, destroy the place, and then we leave, Remember I used to say, keep the oil?
Did you get any sense?
So Trump clearly knows what's up, right? Somebody's telling him what's actually going on. And when this came out, once again, Zelensky was asked, are you going to stop the war? Are you going to accept the facts on the ground? Hell no, says Zelensky. Says the Ukrigger, he didn't do nothing. He doesn't need to give nothing back.
Ми нічого не будемо дарувати агресору. Нічого їм не забудемо. Ми чітко бачимо, що ця Росія є довготривалою загрозою. Отже, нам в Європі потрібна довготривала співпраця та реальні результати і в короткій перспективі. І більш далекоглядно, щоб люди могли жити. Ми нічого не будемо дарувати.
So that's a no. So shit is only going to get worse. This stuff was coming out in the UK papers. It seems that even the Europeans have finally started getting the message. Trump urged Zelensky to accept Putin's terms or be destroyed by Russia. To which Zelensky probably replied, which part of To the Last Ukrainian did you not understand? It's not going to affect me. There's been a couple of these articles, actually. Now, this is allegedly about the private meeting. Now, I don't know whether this can be believed. This is sort of unsourced. People familiar with the conversation have said. The US president, who spoke to Putin shortly before hosting Zelensky, warned that Putin would destroy Ukraine unless a peace deal was in place. Well, he's not fucking wrong, is he, right? Shouting and swearing, Mr. Trump threw aside Ukrainian maps of the battlefield and pressured Zelensky to surrender Donetsk to Russia. But he then went on to deny the reports overnight and called for a ceasefire along the current front line. Putin is demanding the withdrawal of Ukraine's army from the crucial eastern territory as a precondition for peace. However, the surrender of Donetsk is a red line for Ukraine. I mean, they've already ceded the territory, right? It's already been conquered. This is, Kiev still holds about a quarter of Donetsk. I mean, not for fucking long. So yeah, this is crazy. It's finally getting to this point, essentially. Asked if he had told the Ukrainian president that Kiev must cede the entire Donbass region, Trump said no. Let it be cut the way it is. It's cut up right now. I think 78% of the land is already taken by Russia. You leave it the way it is right now. They can negotiate something later down the line. Yeah. So, yeah. This is going to wind up being decided by the Russians and the Americans. Now, this also came out. According to Britain's most senior army officer, it doesn't have this guy's name, Lord Richards. This is the guy who basically commanded US troops in Iraq. Reflecting on Ukraine's chances of success against Russia, he says, my view is that they would not win, not even with the right resources. No, they haven't got the manpower, which is literally what I and sort of everyone who's been watching this have been saying. You can give them as many weapons as you want. You don't have enough men to fire them. He says the outlook is not good unless we go in with them, which we won't do because Ukraine is not an existential issue for us. It clearly is for the Russians, by the way. We have decided that it is not an existential issue, so we will not go to war. So there you go. And if the Ukrainians aren't careful, this is what it's going to wind up looking like. They're going to lose complete access to the Black Sea. They're going to lose Odessa, and you'll just have this sort of rump state west of the Dnieper, that, half of which will probably get absorbed by Poland or something like that, right? And then they can join the EU and they can, be part of the faggotry that we're all a part of. I just want to play this as well. This is from 2015, I think. Oh, no. Wait. This is Dr. Gilbert Doctorow basically talking allegedly about the alleged phone call between Trump and Putin about les Tomahawks.
The Russians have made serious threats, counter threats to the United States over the possible introduction of Tomahawks into Ukraine. I'll be very specific. On Russian state television 3 days ago, a host to a talk show who is actually very close to Putin, and it may be considered to be talking on behalf of Putin and saying things unofficially, which the Kremlin cannot say officially. And what he was saying is that if the Tomahawks are introduced, we will go to all-out war. We will declare war on Ukraine, and we will destroy the entire government. We will bomb them during the daytime so that all staff go down with the buildings, and we will then level Ukraine. That's pretty strong. Nothing like that has been said by Russia, and we may be certain that similar remarks were made in back channels to the White House.
So there you go. Oh, we got another entropy. What do we got? MK for another $5. Thank you very, very much. 64,240 is 0xFAF0 in hexadecimal. Thanks very much, MK. That's a good piece of trivia there. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, this is running long. The whole episode is just basically Ukraine at this point. There are reports that troops are already abandoning southern Pokrovsk, which is a central town. They've been fighting over it for ages, but it's part of this sort of defensive belt of towns. And when it falls, which it looks like it's going to, it's going to be over, bros. If the Ukrainians were fighting war smartly, they would have withdrawn a bunch of troops from this point, from these points, and set up a defensive barrier behind the Dnieper. But they know that essentially what the Russians want is everything to the east of the river. So if they just set up behind the river, then the Russians are just going to take everything, and it'll be game over.
Давайте, поки же часу, кидай нахуй! Выход! Блять! Ёб твою мать! Сука! Пидоры, нахуй. Хвайся бегом в подвал, блядь. Сучары. Ох, бля. Пидорасы. Давайте.
This really is the perfect music for like modern war. Sorry about your ears. Yeah. Twitter. Yeah. So yes, the NATO cucks are still seething. Russia's going to collapse any moment. Yeah, bullshit. Come on, just fuck off, right? Right. We've got 15 minutes left, so I've got to do the next two stories like quite quickly. So the Gaza the Gaza ceasefire seems to be holding. The Israelis did do a bit of a bombing stuff. Allegedly, what happened was that the Israelis were like bulldozing some like stuff. Apparently, they're still looking for bodies. They hit a buried munition, and then they just started bombing the crap out of stuff. But the Americans stepped in and said, "Right, like stop that. We're not doing that." There were allegations about Hamas like executing like a bunch of people in Gaza after the Israelis left. Allegedly, these were Israeli-backed criminal gangs. I don't know. The Israelis are like, oh my god, who says Hamas is peaceful? No one was saying Hamas is peaceful. Who the fuck is going around saying like, oh yeah, Hamas, right? Like, they're just like hippies, right? Sitting around in a circle, fucking jerking each other off and like ripping bong hits. Like, it's fucking Hamas. Oh, see, they're not peaceful. You cunts aren't either. Oh my god, right? The way like both sides in this war like just ceaselessly attempt to like gain the moral high ground and just be like, oh no, we're the good guys. No, we're the good guys. You're both fucking terrible, right? Like, I'm not. Oh no, we're the good guys. You're both terrible. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like two rapists, like, fighting with each other, being like, right? Like, my victim was over 16 years old. Yeah, but you killed your victim, right? Yeah, but yours was 9 years old. Yeah, but at least she's still alive. I'm the good guy. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Anyway. So yes, apparently the US stepped in and was basically like, no, this peace deal is like very, very important. Apparently, Trump is getting increasingly frustrated with Netanyahu because he knows that Netanyahu is trying to undermine his big, beautiful peace deal, which would put his Nobel Peace Prize in danger, and Trump won't have that, basically. He's basically saying, we're not going to have any boots on the ground.
Warrior. And yet, as soon as you left, Hamas executed 7 people, and then they went on to execute 30 more.
Yeah.
Do you believe they really will disarm?
Well, they promised they would. They said they would. It's down that they would. Now, they said they were gang members, et cetera, But these are very violent people. This is a very violent part of the world. Nobody's seen violence like this. If we have to, we'll disarm
the U.S.?
Well, whether it's me or the U.S. or it's, a proxy, could be Israel, with our backing. We won't have boots on the ground. There's no reason to.
In the past,
warrior.
And yet, as soon as
Hamas is not going to disarm. They're not going to disarm, right? Like the general vibe of the people in that part of the world, right? Like if you look at Hezbollah, okay, right? Hezbollah's flag is literally a fist clutching an AK-47. Okay, they are kind of like the Americans in that respect. They're like, you can pry my guns from my cold dead hands, right? And like we'll rain missiles on you. You'll be like, oh, fuck you, infidel, like fucking whatever, right? They're not going to fucking disarm, right? It's hopeless. The real question is whether they can get the Palestinian Authority to take over the governing of Gaza in response for like economic inducements and restructuring funds and that kind of like stuff, right? This is the way, by the way, that peace often works, right? Neither side gets 100% of what it wants, right? If it was, then it wouldn't really be a peace. It would be a victory. Neither side can really declare victory. Obviously, both sides, I presume, are going to declare victory. Hamas is going to say, yes, we fought off the Zionist entity. Yeah, but your entirety of Gaza got flattened. But we are still here, brother. We are still here. Okay. And the Israelis are going to be like, yes, well, we did flatten like everything and killed all those people. Hamas will think twice before they mess with us. No, they won't. It's Hamas. I mean, very, very reasonable people, obviously. What else we got? Yes. So as I said, Trump basically intervened. He called up Bibi and was like, I would be interested to know what it is that he threatened Bibi with. It's like, Bibi, if you don't stop bombing Gaza, I'm going to cut off all that delicious money. You're not going to get any more guns from us. And, we'll start promoting Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know how much she doesn't like you. The U.S. actually has a fair bit of, leverage, to be perfectly honest. The ceasefire is holding. As I said, I am very, very surprised, quite frankly. President Trump sought to downplay the weekend flare-up in hostilities. He told reporters that the ceasefire is still in place, but that Hamas had been rambunctious. Those little scamps, Hamas, rambunctious. They've been doing some shooting. God, those Hamas will be Hamas, boys will be boys. They're just a little rambunctious. Fucking hell. He stipulated that it could be some rebels within the armed group. Either way, it's going to be handled properly, toughly, but properly. Yeah, so the Americans want this peace deal to stick. And Kushner was on, I don't have the thing, but Kushner was on a podcast where he was basically saying that Trump was very, very angry at Bibi over Israel striking Qatar because the Americans had guaranteed Qatari security. And so allegedly the Israelis just bombed Doha without telling the Americans. And the Americans are very, very pissed off. And now they had to go around and give sort of, mollifying hand jobs to a bunch of Middle Eastern countries. This is why Qatar probably got access to a fighter training base in Idaho. All the Zio shills on Twitter are like, oh, see, Qatar, it's Qatar that really owns the United States. No. They had to give them something, right? So that the Qataris didn't because the Qataris are basically the Switzerland of the Middle East. It's where everyone goes to do their negotiations. And after the Israelis literally dropped a bomb on the building where the negotiations were taking place, they didn't kill most of the negotiators, but because the Israelis are known to do this, right? This is a known Israeli tactic, right? They're like, oh, yes, I think we should negotiate, And then once they make a meeting for the negotiation, they just bomb the thing and kill all the negotiators, right? Our final story. The Louvre, the art museum in Paris that is now surrounded by a sea of diversity, and thank goodness for that. It's improved massively. Got robbed yesterday. In 7 minutes, thieves managed to steal invaluable historical goods. Now the question is, will they ever be recovered? Well, no. Look, you couldn't even find who it was that lit Notre Dame on fire. So good fucking luck with that, right? I imagine all the stones are on their way to Israel at the moment to be recut. Much like in London, today began as a chilly, overcast... Oh, what the fuck is this? As tourists queued outside the Louvre, a daring high-stakes heist was unfolding mere meters away. So this is very florid language. Basically, a bunch of dudes drove up in a truck that had a ladder on the back. They clambered up with disc saws, cut into the room that held all these priceless artifacts, threatened the guards, of which apparently there were 5 who did literally absolutely nothing. They didn't have guns or anything, apparently. They just waved around some circular saws. I wonder what the ethnicity of the guards was. I wonder if these guards felt any real connection to the French and would be willing to put their lives on the line to save a part of their country's history, or whether they're just like, I don't care. Please take. I am not endangering myself. Which is why you shouldn't effectively use mercenaries to guard critical parts of your cultural history. But, I wouldn't want to be racist now, would I? And they fucked off with a bunch of very, very valuable stuff that is now almost certainly being melted down and recut and will, I don't know, probably go to China or something. They all then buggered off on scooters. So, yeah. And the burglars were apparently the new French, the new darker French that are much better than the old French that they are replacing. It's very, very beautiful, these. Impossible to put a value on it. Wait, is there more pictures of the stuff that they nicked? It'd be hard to find a buyer. Yeah, because they're going to cut it all. They're going to melt it all down, take out all the stones, resell them. I'll probably get a tenth of the actual value. But it's fine. A lot of these stuff were basically from the Napoleonic era. The tiara of Empress Eugenie, which featured nearly 2,000 diamonds, once owned by Napoleon III's wife. That was actually dropped on the way. They're like, oh, whoops. I guess I dropped this priceless crown, but a ton of other stuff got stolen. There's been a spate of museum robberies recently because governments are cutting back on museum security, essentially. And so, probably a bit of an inside job. I mean, yeah, it's great. So, yep. So there you go. Now you're up to date, bros. That's everything that's going on, that's sort of worth covering, So now it's time for some cringe. Oh, and also get in some super chats if you want to. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but you can do it through Entropy. Linky is in the pinned comment and stuff like that. If you don't have an Entropy account, Entropy's they're good. They're basically they don't do censorship. So, they're good people. They're good people. Let's see, what else have we got here? Time for some cringe. Bit of OC cringe posting. Poor McDonald's bag. If only we can see what he has seen. Oh, is that another Entropy? Oh my God. $3 from Sedes Sapiente. Great show. Oh, thank you very much, Sedes. I appreciate that. Where are we? Okay. So we start with, No Kangs protest was on this weekend. It turns out the protest has been successful. There are still no kings ruling Europe. So the protest was successful. Now this is a weird sort of protest. In a lot of places, basically it was just boomers. It appears like a lot of the funding for paid protesters has dried up, not just because of the USAID thing, but also the Trump administration is now launching investigations into a lot of these funding platforms. So I imagine a lot of them are sort of, quite nervous about giving money for insurrectionary activities, subversive activities. So in practice, really it was mostly the ardent defenders of the boomer truth regime coming out. So let's watch a little bit. Sorry, we're muted. Sorry about that. Of course, it wouldn't be proper without the theatre kids. Did you know that ice rhymes with lice? Here is footage of American man defeating the ice lice. Okay, gay. Theater kids were a disaster for Western civilization. And what else we got? Oh my God, this is the boomer waffin in all of their glories, in all their glory, bros. We did it, Reddit. Yay. Look at this bullshit. Divest from fossil fuel. Energy for everyone. Oh, yeah, they're fucking climate protesters. End fossil fuel finance. End it, bros. Do you know that the building of like data centers in the US is now like taking up nearly 5% of the US's entire electricity load? But please, end fossil fuel generation for electricity, right? What's the worst that could happen, bro? Oh, God, these fucking people. Now, one of the things, of course, about the left that everybody knows is just how incredibly nice and tolerant they are. Here is, is this Savvy Says? I don't know. Here's some quite attractive young journalist talking to one of the be kind crowd. Nice titties. Yeah, exactly. I imagine that's how she gets her interviews. Enjoy.
Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated, He's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, you know, it's a terrible thing. No! Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead.
Something that I've heard in interviewing Republicans is that they're concerned with the health care going to undocumented immigrants. What would you say about that?
I don't know that it's true. Everybody deserves health care, and we can certainly afford it in this country. So again, they're just, you know, they're pointing to...
We can certainly afford it in this country. I mean, not to know, right? Like, you might find there are some downsides. Of course, living in the UK, what would I know about any of that, right?
The things and saying it's our fault, we're too liberal. Yeah, it's really depressing. I don't know how anybody your age even thinks of having children, okay? Okay, millions of Democrats did not vote. Whose fault is that? We need to get ourselves together, and we might even need to be a little bit meaner, because the Republicans don't mind being mean.
And by mean, what do you mean? Do you mean protesting? Do you mean...
Maybe we have to, I don't know, stop being so nice.
Because you seem like a pretty nice lady.
I'm a pretty nice lady, but I can be pretty mean, too.
Okay, and I have to ask this because people on the other side are going to say that they feel like the Democrat Party has been mean. Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated,
He's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, you know, it's a terrible thing. No! Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead. Evil people have no place in my world. He was a hateful human being. It was disgusting, the things that he said and did. I have, you know, I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I have to point my energy in other directions.
I'm a nice person. I just think that everyone who I think is evil should be killed and rounded off to camps. So nice. So nice. Right. Time for funny videos. Enjoy, bros. Enjoy.
Spalding, look at the monitor and give the full name of this person.
Adolf Hitler.
That's actor Jason Statham.
These little black kids. It's just like famous white dude must be Adolf Hitler. Jason Statham. In my next movie, I'll be taking on my most challenging role yet, playing as Adolf Hitler. Oh, legit! That would actually be like freaking hilarious if like they did one of those like Jason Statham like action movies. You know, my name is Adolf Hitler, and I've got 24 hours to deliver this package through the ruins of Berlin. A Bumberklad Hitler. Exactly. Gun Bros, I'm sure you'll appreciate this.
What's up, man? I ain't hit a damn thing. You ain't hit shit.
It be like this sometimes, bro.
It be like that sometimes, bro. When you shoot a 9mm without the proper stance, and you just like stick it out like you're a complete idiot. It do be like that. Oh, mate. Should be kicked off the fucking gun range, man. My God. Oh, this is good. So we're actually getting a lot of like really quite good AI slop now. I know everyone's like, oh, fucking AI slop, but some of these are like fucking hilarious. Enjoy.
G'day mates, we're out here on the porch of this lovely home, and inside lives a creature you wouldn't believe. Miss Shaniqua here reckons she's got some ceiling birds roosting right above her living room fan.
Ceiling bird. Crikey, listen to that chatter. How long have you been living with these ceiling birds, mate?
They showed up, maybe 2 years ago? I left the window open one summer, now it's their house too.
That's wild, and you just let them stay?
Yeah, they pay.
Shaniqua, I found them! Look at these beauties. Couple of city pigeons, but check it out. Each one's got a smoke detector gaffer taped straight to the back. Little red LED, still blinking. Must have been roosting up.
G'day mates, we're out here on the porch.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good, dude. What else have we got? Oh, yeah. My literal lived experience, bros.
This is a typical day in the UK. I wake up at 9 a.m. and post an opinion to social media. At 9:01, I get ruthlessly arrested for expressing said opinion. And that's my day.
It do be like that, Mr. Stancil. What else have we got? Oh, God, look at this. I presume this is the UK, like based on the houses and stuff. Look at this fucking bullshit.
Someone knocking on the door?
Nah, I can't hear anything.
No, I can hear a small knock. Just check if someone's at the door.
Listen, bro, if no one's there, if someone was there, they'd ring the doorbell. I'm not getting up.
Okay, it's probably a small wind.
Oh, God. Right. I think this is Ryan Long. Enjoy.
Every year, the council meets to decide who's cool and gay. Everyone who thinks Elon Musk is cool, say aye.
Aye.
Everyone who thinks he's gay, say aye.
Aye.
2-2 again. Everyone else, we just whizzed right through it. Nate Diaz is cool, say aye. Will Smith? But this is holding us up.
Look, I'm not saying Elon Musk is the coolest guy ever, but he's definitely more cool than gay. I mean, think about it. He's shooting rockets, Starlink. He's a cool guy.
Because you're still looking at him as a cool nerd, which when he was a nerd, he was pretty cool, right? But now he's a nerd who thinks he's cool, which is kind of gay. And by the way, I'm not saying you can't be gay and cool. Tom Cruise, definitely gay. Very cool.
Was he cooler before? Yes. Is he gay? No.
It's not like I hate the guy, but like, these white guys are like worshiping this man.
The guy's Tony Stark, okay? What are we doing here?
All right, we're gonna take 5.
The guy literally brought a kitchen sink into the Twitter office, and then he tweeted, "Let that sink in."
Let that sink in? Did you see that shit?
He purposely makes the rockets look like dicks.
Yeah, maybe when I was 4, I thought those rockets might look cool.
I mean, the guy's got like 11 kids, so he's getting tons of strange. That's cool.
You don't know this? He's using a fucking turkey baster, dude.
What? That's a rumor.
That's a conjecture. We can't prove that.
It's not even about things. It's just too much of the Sky Times. Musk. Some reasons we think he might be cool.
Really the same stuff as before. The rockets, the cars, the space stuff, the rockets.
What is he doing that's more gay now?
He's not funny, so it's always secondhand embarrassment. The guy's literally starting a new political party. You're telling me that's not cool?
Is it cool, Danny?
The coolest two gays again. At this point, I think we might hit the rippers and probably just have to reconvene again tomorrow.
Chief Loophole has a submission. Let's see. I can't believe LimeWire is like where you can store files now. Wait, that takes me back.
I have a dream that one day my people can figure out to stop the beeping noise that comes out of our ceilings.
That is truly a noble dream. Let's see what else we got. All right, bit of Garen music.
What the fuck is this? It's the middle of October. Can we get a handle on ourselves, please? I'm not standing for this. Every fucking year it's earlier. There's plenty of Christmas. We don't need any fucking more of it. I don't wanna get back, Mariah! Dublin, you're making an absolute fool out of this country with this attention seeking. What will all the foreigners think? Imagine a lovely Chinese family. They've come to Ireland for the first time. It's enough of a culture shock as it is. They're going to think they've travelled forward in time 6 fucking weeks. What happened to Halloween? Can we not afford that one anymore because of fucking inflation? Is this a cover-up? Have the government sold the Halloween decorations? Where's the fucking money? If I disappear, it wasn't an accident. Christmas will never be allowed in October. This is a very special time of year in Ireland. This is the time of year where we talk about, aren't the evenings getting shorter and Jesus getting cold, I'll have to start throwing the heating on. Very important tradition. Follow me. I'm delicious.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, man. Now this is proper AI slop. There's a whole bunch of these going around. I don't understand. And because I don't understand, you guys also have to now not understand with me. Enjoy.
Mamma mia, I'm pregnant. Ah!
Oh snap, this baby's mine.
What the fuck did I just watch? Oh my god. Oh, dude. Wait, Chiva loophole. Okay, hang on. Another submission. Thank you. Let's see what this is.
And they're off. Dollar Bill Dave out front. Rabbi's right on his heels. Look at those coats fly.
Get that money.
Halfway down the stretch, still anybody's race. Number 4 is making a move. Oh, he's
Bro. Oh, dude, hilarious. Right. Now, here's some actual good AI slop. Check this out. This was me back in the Cyberpunk Club many a year ago. Yes, I have changed quite a lot since then. Thank you for noticing. Well, I liked it. You can all fuck off. Right, cute animals time. I think, who was it who sent me this? I think Jay Cheever sent me this as well. Thank you very, very much, mate. that's one dangerous squirrel, man. See if you've got the stance right. Right.
Who did this?
What did you do? What? Alright, your turn. No!
Oh no! Did he take it?
I get knocked down.
What's this? Smell? Oh, what's this?
Hank! Oh, you think I don't see it?
What?
Bailey, did you finish Annalisa's breakfast this morning?
Dude. I cleaned the entire bathroom yesterday.
Steve, where did this come from?
Oh.
Did you chew up one of your toys?
Cabrón. No es cierto, mijo, vente.
Oh man, golden retrievers are so cute. What else have we got? Oh yeah, this is cute too.
Puppy, get it. Get it. No, the other one. The other one. Yeah, get it. Good boy, bring it in. Bring it. Come on. Come on, up. Up. Good boy, drop it.
Now that is a useful co-worker. And I hear he works for dog food. More golden retrievers. We have a lot of golden retrievers this episode. No lies detected. Oh, wrong window. Come on. Right. Aw. What else you got? Oh yeah, this is so cute. Annoying, but also very cute. Now we just got the very cute stuff to finish off. And our final cute animal video of the night. This is just heartwarming. And that's the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'll be back on Monday. I might be doing a Wednesday night stream as well. Excuse me. History stream on the birth of the European nation state, going back to the Treaty of Westphalia and 1648. If that sounds like the kind of stuff you'd be into, I'm kind of like trying some new stuff because doing the news is it's kind of getting to me. So I thought I'd do sort of more intelligent live stream. There will be notifications on my Telegram channel, which is Newsfist. You can just search me on Telegram or Twitter at malinformedtv. I will also be on Discord and Dragons tonight, of course, in about 90 minutes or so. Let's say goodbye to everybody in the chat on Rumble. Seti Sapiente, Teabag and Therapist, good to see you, man. Livia Drusilla, Yiz the Eunuch, Captain Crisps, Ardent Party, J Chiva Loophole, who else do we got? Total Blackout Painting, of course, Full Short, anybody else on Rumble? I feel like that is everybody on the Rumble chat. Crispy13, good to see you, mate. Nearly missed you there. I think Proper Pictures was in as well. Good to see you, Proper Pictures. Yeah, I think that's it. On YouTube, we have Charlie Reedy, Simon JJ. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Jacob Cantrell. Good to see you, my fella. Robert Verlinden. Who else we got? Sunny Jim. Hurt Chain. Linda Hunter. Debani Doombringer. Thanks for coming along, mate. Anybody else? Skullfunk. That's a cool name. Ashley Styles. Good to see you too. Anybody else? Master Shake. Good to see you, my fella. Arakin Green Moon. Good to see you too, mate. Aaron C. The Clown Town Chronicle. Thanks for coming along, mate. Big Time, of course, another fella. Great to see you, man. Otto Stormheart, many L's, and I think that's everybody. And Fat Zombie. And on Odyssey we had MK, and Parsifal, and Full Short. No, Highland Full. Thanks for coming, guys, and thank you for the super chats, MK. I will see you at Discord and Dragons, or possibly on Wednesday if I do this stream. Definitely on Friday for my stream for Artie and Fist. And, yeah, stuff. Thanks so much for coming, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.